Hello. Hey everybody, what's going on? It's deesymone. Welcome back to my channel. So today I have a bit of a different video today. I feel like I have been so stuck at times with my YouTube because I really want to do more than tarot videos. So we are going to be starting with this one, okay? And it's going to be about 5 things that happened to me when I began to spiritually awaken, okay? So yeah, we about to get right into it. So if you're interested in seeing these 5 things, these 5 major big life-changing things that happened to me once I started spiritually awakening, then stay tuned. And if you guys like my shirt, Revenge, you can purchase this shirt and many others on www.deesymone.com. Okay, so we about to get right into it. If you guys see me looking down, looking at my notes, so let's just get right into this thing. Let's talk about it. We're gonna talk about the things that started happening to me personally when I began to spiritually awaken. Okay, so the thing that I noticed first, and I'm not gonna say that this is number 1, I'm just gonna say like this was like the catalyst to it all, the catalyst to everything evolving and changing around me and me realizing what was happening. So this happened around January of 2018. Okay, I just had a lot of things on my mind. Okay, I was reflecting a lot and I just felt like I wanted to be a better person. I felt like I needed to be different. I wanted my life to be different. I just kept reflecting, and like this just really kept building up. Like I just every day, every night before I went to sleep, like I could never find peace because like I would just always be thinking like of my life, things that happened in the past, thinking about mistakes that I have made. And I really just came to the conclusion like, dang, Dominique, like you gotta get it together. I just felt like I said, I just really wanted to be a better person. And I won't go so far as saying I thought I was a bad person, but I just really felt in my spirit and my soul that I hadn't been the best person that I could be. I felt like there was room to change, room to grow, and that I was meant to improve on a lot of different levels. And I just didn't want to keep making the same mistakes and keep including the same things that have been in my life. And guys, keep in mind, like January 2018, like I had literally just graduated college. Okay, so like I'm literally 22 when this is all happening. I'm 26 now. I was 22 when all this began to I began to reflect. I began to really dig deeper within myself and begin to like address myself and call myself out. And I was just like like I was just over it. I'm like, okay, like let's get this together. So oh my god, excuse me. So yeah guys, that was the thing that shifted. That was the first shift. Okay, well I called it number 0. Okay. So the first major thing that happened after this, so you guys, this was January 2018. Okay, I literally, you guys, I realized that the person that I was with, my boyfriend, I was not meant to be with. Okay, I realized it just wasn't it was never gonna work, and I just felt in my soul that I could do better. Okay, not in no shady way, but I just feel like in a relationship way I could do better with finding a relationship that is actually meant for me. Okay, I felt like this was a situation where literally we had got together my sophomore year of college, and we were literally on and off all of my college. The relationship was just, it was a hot ass mess. It was a college relationship, okay? I was in a college relationship. If you've been in a relationship in college with drama and all that, you know where I'm coming from. I was in a young person's relationship, okay? And literally, the first thing that happened when I first started making changes and going on my spiritual journey was I just stopped talking to him. And looking back, I know that probably wasn't the best of ways to do what I did, but y'all, I had just been through so much with this man, and I didn't even feel it worthy of a good bath. And I know that sounds bad, y'all. Please don't judge me. Please don't light my ass up in the comments. But like, I just had no more energy. I felt like this connection was keeping me stagnant. I felt like I could just do so much better, do so much more if I wasn't thinking that I needed to still be in this connection. Okay, y'all, my heart was not there, my soul was not there, my spirit was telling me, child, this boy is not the one. I honestly feel like my spirit told me that before we even got together sophomore year. My spirit was like, D. He ain't it. He ain't it. Okay, I probably should have listened then, because I went on a whole roller coaster ride in college, y'all. But literally, the first thing that happened was we broke up. So that was in March of 2018. Okay, so that was in March. I started seeing repeating numbers. Number 2, I started seeing repeating numbers. Probably like 2 or 3 days after I stopped talking to this man. Okay, and I literally thought nothing of these numbers until about 2 months later, when I was in the car with one of my friends at the time, and I was like, girl, like, I keep seeing all these repeated numbers. Like, every single time I look at the clock, it's like 11:11, it's 2:22, 3:33, and I was just telling her like what I was experiencing, and she was like, girl, like, why don't you look it up? So I looked it up. All this stuff about spirituality came up, spiritual awakening, all this. So y'all, I was seeing those repeated numbers for like a good like 2 months, and I finally looked it up come May. I'm like, am I having a spiritual awakening? Like, what's happening? So I'm seeing these repeated numbers. I have gotten rid of the boyfriend, and like I said, this was about May. So y'all know my birthday is at the end of May. So I had a party at an Airbnb, and I ended up seeing him. All in all, I feel like the relationship really concluded in May, June-ish. Okay, and as soon as the relationship completely concluded, y'all, I lost like number 3. Okay, the third thing that happened was I lost like a lot of friends. Okay, I just realized that my friends weren't really my friends, and there was really nothing there. There was no substance. Okay, they were talking shit about me. It was a whole thing, you guys, and I just felt like, okay, I didn't even have no words. I just felt like you just need to get the farther away from me. That's how I felt. Okay, so I wasn't resonating with my friends anymore. I wasn't resonating with this boyfriend that I had. I was alone. Okay, which leads me to my 4th thing was I had a dark night of the soul. Okay, I was so isolated. I felt like I had hit rock bottom, which I wouldn't discover until about 1-2 years later that wasn't even really rock bottom, bitch. Like, that was the start. That was only the beginning, okay? But I felt like I had hit rock bottom. I felt like I was alone. I felt like I didn't even know what to do. Like, I didn't even know what happened. It was like literally January, February, March, I had a boyfriend. I had a whole group of friends. Come July, I had nothing. I had myself. Like, the universe literally stripped every single connection that was not meant for me away from me. I can't say I was unhappy, because I felt like a lot of weights had been lifted off my shoulders, but I felt lost. Okay, that's the thing. I felt lost. I felt like nothing was familiar, and I couldn't even get mad because I had did all that reflecting in January, like, oh, I want something different. I just feel like I could do better, be better. And I didn't even realize how the universe was pushing me to be better. And I also didn't realize that certain people couldn't come on my journey with me. So yes, I was kind of hurting in a way because I didn't have connection, but I wasn't necessarily upset at the connections that I lost, because this wasn't a person that I was meant to be with, and these people were not my friends, okay? And I just felt like everything, my life had turned upside down. Okay, y'all, I had moved back to Chicago at this point in the summertime in July, and I was just staying on my sister's couch. So I didn't know the next place I was gonna live. I didn't have any of these things that a couple of months before I had just had. I unfollowed so many people on Instagram. I did a whole cleanse of my entire life, and I just did not give a what happened, because I just knew in my spirit, in my soul, that that wasn't the path meant for me. These weren't my people. This was not my soul family. Like, this wasn't it. So y'all, if y'all been on y'all spiritual journey and y'all feel the need to pull away from certain people, or that certain people can't come to the next level or meet you where you at, don't be afraid to move on, okay? Because everything you lose, the universe gives you back times 10. So like I said, I literally removed everybody, cut off. Like, I just couldn't. And if I got one little bad feeling, because I feel like around this time too, my intuition really started to increase. If I got one bad feeling about somebody, you had to go. It's like I literally was not playing with this journey. I was not playing with myself, and I was not about to allow anybody to come into my space and mess it up further than it had already been messed up, because this group of friends really tried to make my life a living hell after I stopped talking to them. And I was just so self-protective. I was just so in my shell, in my being. I was just into myself and my growth, okay? And last but not least, you guys, the fifth thing that happened when I started spiritually awakening, I moved, okay? Like I said, I was sleeping on my sister's couch. I was in Chicago, like literally sleeping on my sister's couch, and I literally bought a ticket to Atlanta. I had $153 in my account. The ticket was $147. And I bought this ticket. I bought this ticket and I flew to Atlanta. It was a 3-day ticket, but I ended up staying for a whole month. And I ended up flying back home, getting my car, packing all my shit in the car, and just driving back to Atlanta. And I lived there for about 9 months. So guys, it was literally crazy. And like the way it happened, y'all, I bought this ticket and I wasn't even gonna go. Like the night before the flight, I was just like, dang, like I didn't have any money. Like I had nothing. I had just spent my last on this ticket, you guys. And I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna go. So I got in my car, y'all. I started crying, and like I didn't know what to do. So I'm like, okay, driving on Lakeshore Drive, y'all. If y'all from Chicago, y'all been to Chicago, y'all been on Lakeshore Drive, y'all know how it is. It's kind of peaceful, especially at night when there's not a lot of people out there. So y'all, I'm crying, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what the heck? Like, what do? I don't know. Like, y'all, I just was so lost. I didn't know what to do. This was in like August, okay? Like the mid-August, August 13th to be exact, because I flew to Atlanta on August 14th. So August 13th, and I was just like, fuck it. I told my sister, you don't have to take me to the airport. I'm not even gonna go. Like, it's just whatever. And I remember specifically, y'all, I'm in the car and I'm driving, and I'm just crying. I'm bawling like it is crazy. And I looked at the clock and it was 9:19. And then when I turned my head the other way, it was a taxi driving past, and I looked on the back, the license plate of the taxi driver, and it was 9:19. So it was 9:19 on the clock. It was 9:19 on the back of the taxi. So I'm like, okay, so this is when I had really kind of started getting more into numerology and just figuring out that all numbers had meanings, not just the repeating numbers. So I looked up 919 angel number, and I went to the page. The website is called like Sun Signs, and that's my numerology website I like the most. It's called Sun Signs. And y'all, the number 919, it was saying, you know, welcome to your new neighborhood, get to know the people, walk around, go to the nearest coffee shop. It was basically like alluding to, you're moving, bitch, okay? You're finna move, you finna get up out of here. Like, you need to get to know the people in your new land, your new location. And after that, y'all, I'm literally in the car. I stopped crying because I knew I shouldn't have looked it up while I was driving, but I did because I just needed hope. I just needed help from somewhere. I just needed a sign that it was going to be okay. So I'm reading this, I'm driving, so I'm wiping my eyes after I get done, and I go back home, and y'all, literally this has to be at like, this was early, like 12 a.m., 1 a.m., and my flight left at like 7, 8 a.m. And I just went, I knocked on my sister's door, and I said, I know I said that I wasn't going, but I'm going, so let's go. So you guys, like, I had went from not going to going in like a couple hours. So I literally just packed up all my stuff. I got on the plane and I had a 3-day ticket, y'all. I ended up staying a whole month. And then when I came back to Chicago that month later, I literally got my car. I got my stuff in order that I had to do. I had conversations that I need to have. I packed my car up and I drove to Atlanta. And from there, that was one chapter, and the next chapter began. So y'all, that was literally such a crazy journey, but it was like God made me patch up things and get rid of folks and do different things only to move me up and relocate me somewhere else. And y'all, keep in mind, I have been talking about moving to Atlanta for months, y'all. People will be like, what you doing after we leave, after we graduate? I'm like, I'm moving to Atlanta. Didn't know how, didn't know when, didn't know where the hell I was gonna live, but ended up moving to Atlanta. So those are the 5 things that have happened, you guys. That had happened when I began to spiritually awakening, y'all. It was a crazy journey. So yeah, those are like the 5 biggest major things that I really felt were a catalyst into my big, spiritual journey, my spiritual awakening, all those things combined. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know if you want more videos like this, or you want a continuation of what happened after, or anything like that. But I'm gonna try to pump out more content that is more like me speaking as well. So leave a comment down below, y'all. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace.